Hey everybody, so here uh, we have a clip here. Jasmine Crockett, she's a Democrat in Texas, and she's speaking in defense of Joe Biden. She made a statement I found interesting. She's like, about basically Joe Biden protecting his child and that she wished her parents would love her as half as much as that. And I thought that was interesting to say the least. But here it says, "A star is born." In defense of Joe and Hunter Biden, I wish we could get some sisters in government that passionate in defense of the black men and boys fed into the prison industrial complex via the crime bill he sponsored. Y'all gonna eat it up though. I'm gonna say this. Most of our community is Democratic. I mean, that's over 90% voted for Joe Biden. And you know about the crime bill. You knew that when you voted for him. The sad thing is, when you look at what's happening today in our neighborhood, even though the crime bill targeted nonviolent offenders, the damage has been done. And at this juncture, with all the crime that's happening in our neighborhoods, in particular against black women and children, I'm not a fan of Joey B, but you can't expect women and children, especially black women who have been victimized, to sit up there and cave. See, black women have done it already. It's too many in the prison. We need to go ahead and have, some prison reform, and maybe that's needed. But we also need some behavioral reform. Oh yeah. Don't tell me that they don't know right from wrong. What happened to me this weekend? Food trying to roll up on me like in the store. Like, are you really serious? Are you really serious? I haven't told my girlfriends, about what happened. Be careful. So it's interesting. Crimes are committed against black women and children every day. And there's, we may have some balloons and the news comes out and they do a story. This community kills out its best and brightest all the time. This community kills out black women and children all the time. The Klan can relax. Why they got the black man? He's pretty much essentially working for the Klan, in my opinion. So with all the crime that's happening, it's not going to get any better. Newsflash. Unless you find a maybe, I don't see many black women that are intelligent, that are aware or cognizant of what is going on to say, hey, you know what? We got to go ahead and start fighting them against that crime bill. I just don't see it. I really don't see it. The second thing is, and it may not be this person in particular who's tweeting this. The second thing is, black women have protected black men for how long? Really? How long? And very few will protect black women. Some will, like the man that the assault victim let her use his phone. Oh my, that's all he did. Look what happened. But that's not every day. That is not the average black man. Just hate to tell you. Because there's too many stories of the opposite. Or they'll have a phone and say, oh my gosh, I recorded it. But you cannot have a group of men, especially looking at social media, and you look in corporate America, they try to keep black women down. They try to keep black women out of jobs and prospects. You cannot have a group of men who are dependent upon women, then every chance you get, they try to turn them down. Every time those men get resources, they find a way to funnel resources to a whole nother non-black woman. And then it's just not fair. And you want the same woman to go ahead and fight for you. Black women have fought for black men, and how has it turned out? How has it turned out? Look at the femicide rate. So at some point, and I think we're here now, The black men just need to fight for themselves. Just like they fight for Becky, fight for themselves. Legislation to marry Becky, they need to fight for themselves. Honestly and truly. Black women need to go ahead and fight for themselves. Because I don't see anybody else fighting for us. Facts. So you can't expect women black women been so loyal to black men to a fault. I mean, they will be loyal to their dying breath. He could be choking them out, and if you could pop her back into life, boop, make her come alive again. She'll still try to say, "I don't want to press charges. I was in the afterlife for like 5 minutes, and they gave me one more chance for a do-over. I don't want to press charges." Ma'am, he's on video shooting you 15 times. I don't want to press charges. We need to speed light. I know he took mines, but I was able to come back. I don't want to press charges. I mean, really? That thing is out like what is that, 8-track or cassette tape? It's out like Blockbuster. Why? Look at all the crimes committed against black women. By who? Black males. Can't unload your groceries out of the car. Here they come. Point guns at women. Teens cussing at them. The destroyers of wealth in our own community. They try to feed off the ones that have a brain to try to do something. So this right here, it's time for black men to fight for themselves. And you can't fight for anything when you become the face of fatherless homes. Don't even have the basics down. That's your DNA running out here. Why? I'm speaking in general, not to the person who made the tweet because I don't know them. DNA and all these innocent just committing all these crimes, getting mad, shooting the mama and the daddy, robbing, carjacking people, jugging, looting. Black women look like a fool fighting for him, if you ask me. At this point, looking like a straight up fool fighting for him. Is this your son or your child in particular? But just in general, look like a straight up fool fighting for him. And then when something happens to him, well, they said they don't need no man, no protection. Again, I did a video on that. Black women say they don't need a man because they realize when they do have a black man in their life, most cases, I would say like 99.5% of the cases, the lifestyle goes down. And they realize, wow, I'm just really doing bad with this guy on my team. So that's when you hear they say they don't need a man. So this here, maybe it's time for black men to become passionate about themselves. But first, you need to become passionate about you and your family. That fatherless home, you got to get some correction. You can all of a sudden, we're going to sit up here. Are you serious? Who's going to respect you? Just being honest. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and fight for some rights. You can't even fight for the lives of your children. You cannot create fatherless homes and let the baby mother and the grandmother and sister and aunts and the police go ahead and deal with them. Everybody dealing with it but you, the government. They can't eat without the EBT. You're going to fight and do what? So you have to have the basics down. But at this point, I think it's a hell of an ask. Oh, I think it's a hell of an ask to ask black women to step in and to be this passionate in defense of black men. They've been defending them for gosh, how long? I mean, where's the thanks? In time they get some money, boom, they get some resources, boom, they start talking smack about you. Most of them get resources. They feel that a black woman is too good to even benefit from the resources. So black women are tired. Fighting for black men has gotten nowhere but further back. Carrying their children on carrying a burden, thinking, oh, one day Cletus gonna get it right. I have a dream. And the dream is a nightmare. He doesn't get it right, and you ask him to leave, you might go night. So this here, in defense of Joe Biden, what she's speaking on, I wish we could get some sisters in government that's passionate in defense of the black men and boys. Black men and boys, I'm sorry to tell you, in the community, that's what's mainly hurting black women. The dusty in the store across the way, checking for my ring. What the hell? Checking for, and then next thing I know, uniquely Vicky said, hey, I should have been texting and walking. Yes, girl. You either got to shop with your Glock or do not text on your phone as you're walking in the store. Just don't do it. Yeah, catch off guard. But who would have thought? Behaviors learn. And like I said, the same day, this was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Behaviors learn. My friend made a joke about, oh, to my well, when he saw you, to my, you know, he's trying to be funny. I didn't think it was funny. Talking about when the guy, I said, I realized, I'm like, what is he staring at my hand for, you know? And I said, my mind just told me, oh, no, he wants the ring. And my friend, he's like, oh yeah, somebody, he saw you and he saw that ring and he was thinking like, oh, you know what, the fur is coming. To my, he was salivating. I'm like, oh, he doing that what Birdman thing, looking at my ring, trying to jack me, a sister. To my, yeah, he probably saw, the fur, I'm finna get my rent paid. Oh, he finna get him some rims. Well, thank God he did. I did not get got. And I think in those three people had to come from behind me, you know, they saw him. He's very tall. He probably would have went for it, knocked me down or something, and just snatched the ring and run out. The door's to the left. And I learned from you guys. I don't know the subscriber who said it or the viewer, but I didn't say anything. And I remember reading in the comment section, someone said, oh, that's how they do. Don't engage and have a conversation. So you all, that commenter, I don't know why that popped in my mind. We can learn from each other. The commenter said, don't talk with them because then people will think if you're speaking with them that you know them, and then pretty much I guess if something happens, they're like, oh, well, they know each other. Don't get involved. And so, believe it or not, that popped into my mind, and I didn't even talk to that fool. I'm looking like, what the hell is this? You understand? So things like that. You think I'm going to sit up here as a black woman? Asher's one black man. That's all it took. Let's see. When I was stopping in a little small dicky place to get some gasoline, I saw Boo and Cooter. I was like, oh, I better watch my back. I saw Boo and Cooter and beckoning them over there looking kind of hard timey, and the gas station looked kind of raggedy. Wasn't the best. They didn't do anything. They just stayed there watching. Here come Cletus and DeQuanda riding in the car, not trying to be funny. Their car, I wouldn't even give $100 for it. And then something told me, my mom was just telling me, hey, so next thing you know, and I was dressed up coming from a business trip, um, someone just telling me go. And I'm in a larger SUV. So that right there, I have 3-row seatings, and I've heard about people like to jack those kind of cars for the seats. I don't know why, but they said the 3-row seating. So what do? I go ahead and start pumping the gas, put it back on there, put my cap on, and then I hurry up and hopped in the car. Next thing you know, the food's trying to start following me. I said, oh, I guess the thing's going to follow me home. Okay. Then what happened, there was some police officers that stopped someone for whatever reason, and then I went ahead and drove in that direction. Then they went ahead and took off. What they don't know, where I am, you can come if you want. You're going to find out, especially with these people. They're not going to play a little nickname of my boyfriend. No, you might have another thing coming. So this here, we are shaped by our experiences. Like those young black boys outside of Neiman Marcus that opened a door for me because I had, bags in both my hands. Somebody taught them that to be respectful toward women, their experiences. So most likely we have the opposite experience. So no, trying to fight for black men and boys, I'm sorry, that's who's oppressing us in the BC. Sorry to tell you. So at this point, these men are going to have to be a strong Tyrone. Fight for themselves. Because as far as I'm concerned, a lot of black women, guess what? Just like black women are on our own, they're going to have to be a strong Tyrone because guess what? We are done. We are tired. Put down a cape. They're on their own. And I'm out.